Hey y'all, this is Mike Foster. I think one of the coolest things about living in southeastern Arizona is that we have certain tropical mammals that just extend their range north up across the Mexican border. The coati, in my mind, is the most interesting of these. While in most of the United States, people are accustomed to having squirrels at their bird feeders, here in my yard in Bisbee, we have the coati. I affectionately like to think of the ones that come to town as the urban coatis. Many people, however, call them the coatimundi, but zoologists more appropriately call them the coati. The coati is in the Procyon family, along with ringtails and raccoons. The ringtails and raccoons are mostly nocturnal, but the coati are diurnal. I have only seen the coati in the daylight hours. I get a real kick out of some of the comments I hear at the Carhouse Visitor Center in the Huachuca Mountains, where I am the interpretive host. People from other parts of the U.S. who have never heard of the coati will come in and tell me they think they have just seen a monkey. Coati will climb up into the trees for safety or food, but they don't use their tails to swing between the branches. Their tails are not prehensile tails. They are used rather for balance and perhaps to keep track of each other as they roam around in troops. I normally spend the winter in the tropical deciduous forest in southern Sonora, Mexico. Here near the town of Alamos, I encountered this wild troop foraging through the leaf litter in the dry season. You can see how their tails help keep themselves visible to the rest of the troop. They make a few sounds that I know of. One is a very bird-like peeping or squeaking sound. They seem to make this sound amongst themselves when they get worked up. Another sound is an agitated raspy bark and teeth clacking you can hear when they are defending themselves from other animals. For years, I won't have coati in my yard, but eventually when they do show up, they may make repeated visits across several months. A historic drought in 2020 seemed to attract them to the water in our bird baths, and I think this helped them survive the dry spell. I, however, never deliberately feed them because I don't think it's a good idea. They can become accustomed to people, and they could eventually become a problem. I don't ever want anyone to feel they have to call the authorities, or feel they have to capture or kill coati. The urban coati have appeared in numerous places in town, from rooftops to cafes to pet bowls left outside. They can't reliably be found in town and, fortunately, have not become pests. If you are lucky enough to see them, you can think about how cool it is to have this tropical ambassador come visit our skyland towns like Bisbee. Mike Foster reporting. Hasta luego.